I'm back rowing after almost a full week with no training, which didn't like me. Tuesday last week was the last time I did any training, and today is Monday. So the plan is to do an hour here. I have no real excuse. I worked Wednesday night last week. I worked Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But it was time to fit in a few sessions. And I don't get too hung up on it. I know myself day by day that I should be training. But, you know, taking a week off from time to time is grand too. It's actually good for you. And you'll see people that train a hell of a lot. They plan in breaks where you take maybe 10 days off the bike. Their own, I'm not sure. So a little course here set up the other side of me. It's 700 meters and I have one segment on it. So the world record in the segment is 33 seconds. Mine is 59. And I'm just going to dab around here for a little while till I warm up. And then we're going to hit into these. And we'll do a few segments of it. A couple of hard minutes. We'll do an hour. But I'm a small bit tight for time. I'm looking out the window there. It's a nice day, but my garden needs cutting. And I'm in then for 4 nights at work. So Tuesday night to Friday night. And I'm supposed to be doing the Wicklow 200 on Sunday. That's going to be interesting to see what it is to get up on Saturday and go to Dublin and then do that because I'm back into work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday after that. Just the way things have fallen this time. I had a lot of work. This is my long week. Normally we work 3 days, 3 12-hour shifts. It's never 12 hours, it's always more. And you have to drive to work and drive home. So I have real empathy for Gary. He's doing his best to bang out some serious sessions after work, before work. And then live besides. Now I know for me, as things ramp up, it's going to be something similar. But we're fairly different in what we've trained for. Gary has 3 sports to train for. I have only 1. And I want to cycle, because I love cycling. Yeah. But Tommy yesterday got on the road and did 2 hours. So I have a funny feeling that me and Tommy are going to end up in a competition on these roars. And it's not going to be who's the segments and who's the fastest. It will be, how long did you do yesterday? And that's what's going to be important. Because I know, I read Ben Bogle and James Crackman's book, and they made the point about actually getting out in the water. But I know Ben, his training plan was 3-hour rowing sessions, and he was doing them 3 hours each day. And then he was trying to do his TV work besides. And he managed that. And them boys kind of crossed the Atlantic doing what we're doing. I think it's 37 days. And that's what myself and Tommy are aiming to do this in. Like, reality is 40, but we want to do it quicker than that. We can. And we have time, but we need to get the boat here. That leads me on to another day. So we think we sourced the boat. We're going to Holland in 2 weeks' time. We'll have a look at it. And if everything pans out, we're going to pay the deposit. And hopefully a couple of weeks after that we'll have our boat. And then the fun really starts. Now, for me and Tommy have a little bit of luck on our side with regards to our jobs. Me with shift work and him in the restaurant is we can be free in the mornings. So both of us can get the kids to school if Nolene isn't here, that she's working, and we can go rowing. And we can row for most of the morning. So like if we were in the boat at 10 o'clock in the morning, we could do 4 hours and you find it, and then we just land the long ones besides. And some of the milestones we have to hit from the world's toughest row, you know, is doing overnights, doing back-to-back, doing miles. So we this year to figure out how to do all that and hopefully start it. And then next year to build up the log. I'll just be very comfortable doing 12-hour, 13-hour days and doing them back-to-back. Because any sport is fine. You can train to be fast, you can train to be fit, and you can, but it's the breakdown of the body. We all know this, that the day after day after day, your body isn't getting enough rest, it's not recovering, and then you go at it again. That's when it gets really hard. But yeah, I'm not going to worry about those things. What we worry about now is getting a few hours on the rowing machine, a bit of cycling done, having good days, smiling, enjoying work, laughing at each other, laughing at anyone who's watching this, because like I find it interesting, but anyone that looks at it, let's say you're saying to yourself, what is this, that? Midlife crisis on steroids. But who knows? I was looking at my two monkeys the other day. We were outside, and I was thinking, when they're in their early 20s, I'll be in my 50s, I'll be near 60, but wouldn't it be some feat to get one of these boats, and the three of us, or even four of us, not sure how only you think about that, but the three of us tow across the Atlantic, or the Pacific, or the Indian Ocean. I am very aware that when I get out of that boat and see gas, I say to myself, right, that's done, never again. Now, I've got off the bike 100 times and said, that's it. I decided to go after it. When I got off the bike, I said, yeah, bike's for sale, all of them, never want to see a bike again. Yeah, after a few weeks, I go for a spin. After doing the tractor, the guys that were there with me asked me where my bike was. I had fired against the fence. I really didn't care. In fact, I was hoping someone might have robbed it. And that's still in the bag, by the way. Yeah, I had a few bites. So, I watched anyways, change subject. I watched a couple of videos again on my technique, and I know it's all over the place. So on the concept too, there's a graph to show your stroke and how you put the power in. So I'm trying to copy what the guys on this said about the catch, and I've turned the damper down to 5, which is a hell of a lot easier to pull. That's fine, yeah, fine. So very little editing today. There's my 10-minute video, giving you a little bit of an insight of me talking socializer. That's that session finished. The grand. I probably should have pushed a little bit harder on those 250 metre segments. I know there was 2 of them I did reasonably well with, most of them I didn't. This week coming up now, I'm on nights. I have 4 nights back to back, so the training won't be brilliant, but I do plan on getting on the rower every day. I normally do strength and conditioning on Thursdays, and I can do a session too. I don't put everything I do up on Strava. Actually, I put quite little, because I try to train most days. When I'm going well, I'll train 6 days. It's normally Monday I take off,
and Sundays was the long cycle with the club, so I want to get back into that if I can. Things are a little bit more settled with regards to roster now for the short term anyway, so I'd like to see what I'm doing. So today's Monday, I've done an hour and 15 minutes. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm in tomorrow night, but I'm going to do 2 hours on the rower tomorrow. Myself and Tommy are supposed to be getting our photos taken again in our Curragh. That's around lunchtime. So I think that's the photo for the world's toughest road. Tom was organising that. The 12th, we're going to Holland, just over on the evening of the 12th to Brussels, flying to Brussels, and back the following evening. So Friday the 13th, we're going looking at this boat. Don't know if that's a good or a bad omen, but we'll go and see it anyway. We had committed to buying another one, and it's not that it has fallen through, but the guys that were buying it off, they haven't pushed it. We have a little bit. We'll see if there's anything more come of that, but the one we're looking at is just after doing the Atlantic. It's 2 years old. Suzanne is the girl's name, her and her rowing partner. They're done with it now. She's very enthusiastic about what we're doing, and she's going to collect us at the airport. She's the hotel organised for myself and Tom, and she said she'll give us a few pointers about rowing. From there, then, we'll bring the boat to Rannoch. They're going to service it for us, and we're going to go over to them for, I think, 3 days. They're going to show us how to row an ocean rowing boat. So the video of that could be interesting. As for the rest of it, we're going good. What was it, 560 odd days to go. Like every day that's going by is a day closer, and it seems to be flying. Like we're now in June. And, we're well over a year since we decided to do this. So, there you go. Anyway, c'est la vie.